Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh and we are finally showing you the A800 Master All-Wheel Drive Drift Tune. Here is my share code. This is an A800. Got the share code? Great. And sorry guys, it's been a few days. Had some issues with the house and had to leave the property for a couple of days, but we're back. Anyways, here we go. We got 1,013 horsepower out of this thing. A800. Let's get into it and show you guys everything that I've done to this car to make it go sideways. It was definitely a challenge for sure. As you can tell, it's really got some really nice body work going on. But yeah, so either way, we've got a 6.2 liter V8 stuck in there somehow. Alright, stock drivetrain, all-wheel drive, and a twin turbo. I have 3 tunes for this car, and I'm going to make 3 videos tonight. So, there's that as well. We've got the sport front bumper. Alright. Non-adjustable rear spoiler wing. Alright. Side skirts. Everything here is to keep it in the A800 range. And it's got a Mitsubishi street hood, which is the snorkel. So you can go through some deep water with this thing and it won't stall out and kill the engine. If this was real life. We've got stock tire compound, stock width in the front, stock width in the rear. We are using a heavier rim. We've got the Asante AF 118s. Asante? Yeah, it's Asante, not Ashanti. That's somebody's name. But either way, I just usually just say 118. You guys get it. Regardless, moving on. We got 15-inch rims in the front and 17-inch rims in the rear. Alright. This is where it all gets wonky, you know, just to keep it in that A800 range with all that power. Either way, we got the stock track width in the front and stock track width in the rear. Didn't have to mess with them too much. The rims were a little different, but as you can tell, you really can't tell. It don't matter. It just got a stock clutch. Alright. Sport transmission. I couldn't even get into like a race transmission. As you can tell, it takes you up to an S1. Even a 10-speed will take you up to an S1 807 and so on and so forth. So we got a sport transmission in here. It was an interesting build for sure. We got a street drive line and a drift differential. We just got stock brakes on here. Just springs and dampeners. Race anti-roll bars for the front. Race anti-roll bars for the rear. No roll cage. And no weight reduction, so stock. So it still weighs under 3,000 pounds and it has a V8. You can't go wrong. Alright. Here we got a sport intake. Race fuel system. Race ignition, race valves, race cams and valves, race exhaust. As you can tell, it definitely has that anti-lag. Alright, race engine block, race pistons and compression, anti-lag turbos, race intercooler, race oil and coolant, and just a stock flywheel in this thing. So yeah, it's a lot of fun though. It was a challenge to tune, but yeah, we're gonna get right into what I did to it right here. So we have a top speed of 194.1 miles per hour, so that's kind of nice. We got 55 to maximize that slide. As you can tell, I had I couldn't use a race transmission, so I couldn't touch all this stuff. So I had to really work with the final drive to get this thing to work. So that was a challenge in itself. Alright, so you're pretty much going to be using probably 3rd and 4th gear on this thing. 2nd as well. But 3rd and 4th is pretty much what you're going to be using. Okay. Alignment. I have a straight build on this. It's semi-straight. It's semi-straight. It's not exactly straight, but it's as straight as I can do with basically my gearing. I had to have it so I can be as quick as possible to go sideways. As easy as possible. Anti-roll bars are just 1 and 1. Springs are 1,000.4 and rear is at 950.0. I did bring up the ride height to match the rear, so they're both 7.0s. Dampening is 20, 1, 20, and 20. No downforce to worry about. That's kind of nice. No brakes. All right, who needs them? And then differential 76, 86, 97, 97. There's 78% of the power going to the rear wheels. And there's that tune. There's the build. Let's take this Mitsubishi out and see what it's like. Definitely gets sideways for you. No problem there. It said there's third gear, and its third gear seems to be really good. There's fourth gear right there. She's a slider though. But for an A-Class, she gets it down. 37.9. Not too bad. I was shifting gears through that thing. I mean, if you can stay in one gear, I'm sure you'll be okay. You know. There we go. There's a 41 right there. 41.5, I think. Staying in third gear right there instead of just shifting gears. Just staying in one. We were good to go. That guy kind of just distracted me, and I had to bump into that wall. Fourth gear, it's not too bad. Like I said, third, fourth gear is pretty much what you're going to be using with this, since it doesn't have a race transmission. Couldn't, you know, adjust too much with this thing. But it gets the job done. It really does. It's got plenty of power. A little bit of lag there, but it's okay. It's what's to be expected. Oh, that was a better turn. But yeah, I took the challenge. I said, you know what? I think I can put a V8 in this thing, make it A800, keep it all-wheel drive. I think I did a good job. I think it really does very well. It's an absolute blast, and as you can tell, I told you guys I had 3 tunes for this car. Alright, so we have the rear-wheel drive, and that's the last one I'll share. It's got 1,015 horsepower. It's an absolute blast to drift. You're going to love that thing, if you haven't tried it already. We have the Legend all-wheel drive drift. It's a, you know, same engine. They all have the same engine. They all have the V8. Alright, and that one is the next one I'm going to cover. It's an S1 850. You can get it up to an S1 900, but why would you do that? You add so much weight to the vehicle. I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to make it true and how I wanted it to be built. So it's pretty good too. But regardless, that's my master all-wheel drive drift tune for this Mitsubishi Evolution. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.